Going to Green Bay versus Dallas. Green Bay gets a win in overtime, 31-28. And I think if there's a key takeaway to this game is Christian Watson. Aaron Rodgers finally finding a good connection on this team after losing his best wide receiver he's had in a while. But Christian Watson, back to him, I wrote down he had 107 yards, 3 touchdowns on only 4 receptions. And he was making big plays down the field where he'd catch balls. He'd kind of just get through traffic and just take it to the house, which is really exciting to see for a Green Bay offense that seemed dead in the water, even with Aaron Rodgers. But glad you get him back. You're feeling a lot more confident if you're a fan of the Packers for their offense. And switching to CeeDee Lamb, on Dallas, he had a great game as well. I wrote down 150 yards and 2 touchdowns. Tony Pollard, 115 yards and a touchdown. I just want to highlight, maybe talk about this for a little bit. The future for this Cowboys team is in its youth. Specifically, I'm talking about the running back position, but also more players, like I said, Micah Parsons, one of the most game-changing defensive players in the league right now, CeeDee Lamb, and specifically Tony Pollard in this case, because I think he's outpassed Zeke this season as far as like how good he is. He's definitely a better running back. People have had this conversation for the past year or two. He has surpassed him at this point. Not saying you just bench Zeke completely, but I think using Ezekiel Elliott in short yardage situations, kind of like goal line, stuff like that, where you keep Pollard as like that explosive playback that is kind of your bell cow now, because Pollard just provides more explosiveness and, quick twitches that Zeke just has kind of lost over, playing in the league for a while at this point. But just kind of circling back to this game, Green Bay does have the potential to, win back and definitely make strides to, not take their division, but compete for a wild card now with the Vikings in that division. But if things keep clicking with Christian Watson, Aaron Rodgers, you get some of your receivers back like Romeo Doubs. Who knows with this team?